which was stretched out between two very grand sycamores. And I would just be watching the birds, just listening to the birds, digging the birds.
Bird alone, flying high, flying through a clouded sky, sending mournful, soulful sounds, soaring over troubled grounds.
It's a multimedia concert, which includes wonderful, wonderful music, 16 pieces of music, and a 6-piece sextet, the Soaring Sextet, spoken word and some poetry, some ornithological facts, because birds are fascinating creatures, beautiful, very magical, almost dreamlike visual projections, and then finally field recordings of the birds themselves. And all this is woven together in 2 sets in an evening. One of the themes or concepts of the concert is this idea of a universal music. That birds and humans, as well as whales and dolphins and mice, who all sing, may share in some kind of universal music, which I find a very provocative idea.
Mr. Bob, don't you know things have changed? You're behind time with that melody you always sing.
Oriole has a certain vehement, if not excited way of singing, which is all his own. No other bird can give a staccato note so well, none other except the thrush. Can approach him in clearness of style. He never mixes things up. His A is A, sharp or flat. It never gets too near B. His song may be doubtful in pitch. He may even be quite out of tune, but he never slurs over a passage or slides down the scale like the wood pewee.
I'd like to ruffle his plumage, Baltimore Oreo. Messed around with that big mouth till he singed her wing.
That was its beginning, was in answer to the dark, dark vibration coming out of Washington and the behavior of the government in my name, and I didn't know what else to do but to sing about the birds. Remind us who we really are, and that we are better than what we were how we were behaving in the world.
I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of greed.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly.
If you could wake people up through wondering again and having a little sense of awe, that they would wake up again to our deep and ancient connection not only to birds, but to our place in the grand design, our place in the environment, and our humble place, if you will, not to power over the environment, but living within the environment with our sense of where we are in this grand design. And birds, they just make you wonder. They just make you wonder, and they sing.
Why does a bird sing? Well, certainly it's to call attention to himself, and it is mostly the male birds that you hear singing, particularly this time of the year, when they are courting and wooing and they're declaring and defending their territory, where they hope, or I won't say hope, they want to make a home and raise a family if the courting and the wooing and the defending all go well. Thank you.
I rise up this morning, I smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds I picture by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. I'm saying, this is my message to you. This is my message to you.
One of the nicest things to hear after the Jazz Aviary concert from audience members is that of them getting in touch with me days later and thanking me because for the first time they were hearing the birds in their own backyard, and that was thrilling for them and of course thrilling for me because it was like, yes, that's what we're looking for, you know.
I may be right or I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned, smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square.
It's just a joyful thing to be aware of all the creatures, and birds particularly will give you, they're very entertaining, birds. They're very entertaining.